Spawning down in the lower right hand position of Frost, we have got the blue Protoss player. He represents XMG. It's Socke. And to the top left, his opponent in the red, the Zerg player HyuN, representing Roccat. This is an awesome day, it is an awesome game, it is an awesome series. And I'm ready. Nice little bit of ZVP. The first Zerg versus Protoss that I have cast this evening. And that makes me very happy. If I'm not mistaken, Socke may actually be the only Protoss player who was actually in the bracket tonight. I'm not sure if that is actually true. I can't double check right now. Someone will tell me in chat though. Anyway, what can we be expecting from this game? There's kind of two big openings from Zerg players that are mainly seen. Pool into a hatch, or a hatch pool. On Frost we may see some hatch first plays, it's possible. Hatch into say spawning pool off of that. Gasless is possible. We can be seeing some other cool things. Just wait and see really. Looks like we are going to be seeing the hatch first out of HyuN. This could be hatch pool. It is potentially an option. HyuN just pulling that second drone in case there was a cannon rush or something like that coming through, which on a big map like Frost may not be that common, but you never want to rule it out. Anyone who saw WCS last night with, of course, Whelmu up against Stefano, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, as this stands, Socke just getting down his cybercore. First gas all up and running. Third probe rallied across there as he comes popping out of the Nexus. Meanwhile, HyuN should be getting down a third hatch. So he is going to be going hatch pool here, which is great up against the Gateway Expand. Pretty much the strongest opening you're going to get. And that's exactly what Socke is doing. So this is all good for HyuN. Gets an early build order advantage. It's not a build order win by any means, but this is probably like optimal. So we'll wait and see exactly what comes through off the back of this. Spawning pool now on its way. Gases won't be seen for quite a while. If you do go hatch pool, you don't get the gas for quite a long time. But that's not a problem because you've got the 3 queens out, you've got a decent amount of production to get a lot of lings, you can go straight into roaches fairly easily. Probably the biggest concern you're going to have is the big zealot play. That's usually what Zerg players struggle with most in this kind of build order opening. Anyway, waiting to see if that's going to be the case. It's certainly a possibility at the moment. There's only the one gas out for Socke, and generally one gas can lead into obviously 3 additional gates being added on. Wait to see exactly what he's got planned here. 2 additional gates already down. Are we going to see the third one? The third one basically just confirms that yes, this will be a lot of zealots. The fact there still isn't a second gas is also pretty much a big hint at it. There's a probe up here ready to pile on, and HyuN needs to find that, ideally. He hasn't actually sent anything up there, nor has he rallied anything up there yet. 2 lings coming across. Now, they may actually not see this. This is a small problem for HyuN. Is he going to go across? He can't see the pylon. Comes back down, and this is a really nice position to put it in. There's the 4th gate, so it's going to be a lot of zealots coming down now from Socke. As soon as these 3 additional gates are done, he'll morph them into warp gates and just instantly get a lot of zealots here. You're not even going to see it with this Overlord. Not going the right way to spot it, so just a great position. Oh no, but this is going to give it away. This could give it away. This really could. Warp in now seen. There comes the 3 zealots. The pylon now coming down. And this is where HyuN instantly has to respond. Down comes the spine crawler. The mothership cores a pain though, because it can mass recall, but not really going to be needed. It's the time warp that's going to be the big one. Trying to stop these queens from getting away from the zealots. The time warp's good. Obviously, these zealots just have a bit of a party. There we go. And the zealots now can start just working away at these queens. The mothership core will be wise to back out. Does get away. HyuN wants to try and get the kill, but 2 queens now dead, leaving only 2 left. A lot more lings on their way through. These zealots don't have +1, but they can get into a very good position to trade nicely. With their backs against the wall, the surface area minimized. And more zealots coming in. HyuN having to choose a lot of lings to try and hold this. His queen is doing quite a good job, but this first wave is slowly getting worn away at. More on the way though, 16 more Zerglings coming through. Can HyuN hold? He's doing a good job at the moment. Gets a much better surround on these Zealots. He's brought 2 more Queens over, just to add in a bit more damage. More Lings trying to join this fight, but trickling the Zerglings through won't do well. They need an overwhelming mass to just deal with these Zealots quickly. Chrono Boosts are being spent pretty well actually. They're all going down on these gateways, allowing more Zealots to come through as quickly as possible. HyuN not trying to restart up that spine, instead just keeping these Queens in a nice safe spot, adding more Queens in. The Queens are great damage dealers up against these Zealots. And once they're kept safe by the Lings, should be okay. So both players now massing up quite a large force, but Zealots start trading better and better the more of them there are up against these Zerglings, because their surface area becomes minimized. In come the Lings. They're going to try and get in a good spot, chasing down these Zealots. The Pylons are another big target. If they go down, there's basically no more this push can do, and that's exactly what's been seen here. Socke may choose to mass recall out. May just try and run home. Ideally he wants to run home, but the concern is going to be the counter-attack. This is a lot of Zerglings. There's no forge, no cannon, just 1 sentry guarding. But HyuN actually goes for the wraparound on these Zealots. The Mothership core a little way back. A few going to die. A mass recall going to be forced. And yeah, that wastes a lot of Mothership core energy. Exactly what you're going to be looking for. Meanwhile, if we take a look around, not too much else going on. Rotoron about to come out for HyuN. He's going up to lair. And while that didn't do any work damage, really, just 1 drone died, what it was able to do was kill off 60 Zerglings. Resources lost-wise, that's a good chunk of stuff. And sure, 11 Zealots died in addition to that, but all while those Lings were being produced and all of the ones that are currently down on the field, another 38. That's a significant amount of lava. 38 plus 60, hey, let's round up. That's 100 Zerglings. That's 50 lava, 50 drones that never work because of that push. So HyuN is a little bit down on his drone count, just catching back up now. But it's the follow-up. Because by going for that, all of Socke's money was pumped into Zealots. And so, this robotics facility, really late. These Immortals, really late. These additional gates, really late. And because of all of that, what we actually see is HyuN should be able to mount a pretty good defense. He's got road speed coming through, a macro hatch, he's up to good saturation. The only thing we're not really seeing, which would be ideal to stop an Immortal Sentry play, or an Immortal Gateway play, is the Hydras. But no, it's now been scouted. Say, hey, Mr. Immortal, that's all cool. May see a third. Yeah, will we see a third? Going up to 4, 5, 6, 7 gates. 7 gates in Immortal. Probably not a third. This is Socke trying to end this game off of 2 bases. HyuN basically needs to just sit back and make nothing but units right now. His +1 missile attack won't be done in time, that's like, for sure. But he can actually go for a little bit of counter damage. This is really frustrating. 2 sentries being forced to warp him back at home. 1 sentry actually gets pushed outside of that force field. That's a free sentry kill. You're always going to take one of those. A few more Zealots warping in. Just a bit of a pain. That uses up some of these warp-ins. Also, supply block Socke until he gets a few more pylons out. And these are seconds that are incredibly valuable to HyuN. His defense entirely revolves around can he get out that critical mass of units. In he goes though, coming around with those Zerglings. Tries to get a mass recall out, but a snipe on the Mothership core says, nah, you're not leaving this party. You committed to this 2 base, and I'm showing you what you will pay for it. You will pay with your army. Down it all goes. GG's called. HyuN takes map number 1 of this best of 3 with 2 astoundingly good defenses.